What is going on, everybody? My name is Nico and welcome back to another Pokemon video. Sadly, I had to work, so I was not home when the Pokemon Presents started, but I just watched it and we're going to break down everything that was in this thing, and I will have a lot of subsequent videos that are coming because they announced a lot of stuff and there's still a lot of speculation and all that, but there's just a lot to talk about in regards to these particular games now. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing they showed off was Pokemon Presents was the Pokemon Unite content and some updates regarding that game. First off, the mobile version has a release date September 22nd, which is very nice. You're able to pre-register, and there is a bonus event that is going to be handed out, and it's going to give us additional in-game content for the more registrations they get on the mobile version of the game. We're going to get Pikachu for all the new mobile players that haven't played on Switch. You're going to have the Pikachu Unite card, which is pretty nice, as well as an additional Pikachu skin if we get enough. I think it's 5 million of the registration. So everybody go register. Even if you played on Nintendo Switch, you're able to link your account so you can play on both devices with the same profile. That's going to be super nice. So make sure you go register for this. I will be doing it very shortly after I get done recording this video. But that is really cool. On top of that, we got 2 new character announcements for Pokemon Unite. We know that now Mamoswine is going to be coming to Pokemon Unite, and my guess is this is going to be a defender of some sort, as well as Sylveon is going to be making its way to Pokemon Unite, and I'm assuming that'll be either an attacker or a supporter. That's my guess. But there's a lot of new stuff coming, and it's very exciting, especially considering how new Pokemon Unite is. Seeing it get this much support is very, very exciting, and I'm glad they showed us this particular content right away. Then they went in to show us a couple other of their mobile games. Pokemon Cafe Mix is getting a remix called Pokemon Cafe Remix that is coming this fall, which is probably a good thing because this game was pretty much DOA. It was too simple of a puzzle game, but they are revamping it to apparently make the puzzles a little bit more challenging. I covered the original version of the game when it came out, but maybe I'll hop back in and cover it again once the new remixed version comes out, because I think it could be very fun if they do it right. Also, Pokemon Masters is getting new content where their 2-year anniversary stuff is coming. You're going to be able to roll on a bunch of characters, a bunch of new story stuff. I was never big on Pokemon Masters, but I know a lot of people really enjoy it. So that's pretty exciting for everybody that plays that particular game. And then the Galar Pokemon are making their way to Pokemon Go, which I am very excited about personally. I'm really looking forward to the 20th when these Pokemon start dropping. I'm going to be doing a ton of raids because I want Zacian and Zamazenta, and I want to get all those Pokemon. Squovit, Wooloo, and Phalanx are going to be available, so very excited for that particular Pokemon Go event. But then we get into the real meat and potatoes of this thing, you know, the stuff people actually care about. We're getting into the good old Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Legends Arceus stuff, and good Lord Almighty, there is a lot to break down here, okay? So first off, moving directly into Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, I was correct in my predictions that we got the updated graphics. We got to see what the updated graphics look like, and they're very nice. They look super good, and I'm really looking forward to this chibi art style, honestly. I think they're able to do a whole lot more with this particular art style, and I'm really liking it. I really like how it looks. It is going to be very faithful. I have seen it is going to be very faithful in terms of what they showed during the present. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to say they did show that they are including the particular Pokemon from the Platinum Pokedex, which is good. I see no reason for them to exclude those Pokemon, so that's really nice. You know, we saw Dusknoir, Yanmega, things like that were in the trailer, so that's really nice to know that the extended Pokedex is going to be available. They also showed off things like the Pokeball capsules are coming back, where they have the different effects when you throw Pokemon out. This would be cool to me if I didn't know what I already know about the later stuff, and I'll get to that here in a second. But the Pokeball capsules are returning, and I know a lot of people were looking forward to that. Union rooms make their return with Wi-Fi capabilities. That's kind of nice because you're able to get in and trade and do that stuff. I don't think it's as nice as something like, you know, the Wycom is, but it is there. We are able to change our outfits, which is pretty nice. I'm very happy with this change. We're able to change how our character looks, and I think that's really fun. Also, the Pokemon contests are making a return, which I'm very happy about. For whatever reason, I really enjoyed doing these back on the DS version. I had a Pikachu that I just won every competition with, so I really think the contests have good potential to be a lot of fun. So that's pretty cool that is also making their return in this game. The Underground is the thing that really excites me, though. They showed off a lot of the Underground gameplay, and it looks like it's going to be a blast. I think this is where a lot of fun is going to be had. In the underground, they've added these things called caves or something, the underground dwellings. I don't know exactly what they're called, but it has certain wild Pokemon that only live in the Sinnoh region in these underground caves, and these were not part of the original games. So it's super exciting for you to be able to go in, and apparently the Pokemon that show up in these particular caves changes based on the Pokemon statues you keep in your underground base. So the more you do the underground stuff and change your base up and this, that, and the other, the different Pokemon you'll be able to encounter as you're playing in the underground. And I think it's going to be something really, really cool. I was really looking forward to how they were going to incorporate the underground in this particular remake, and I think this is a great way to do so. Aside from that, though, I feel like this is going to just be a very, very faithful recreation of what Diamond and Pearl was, and I'm sure they'll find a way to incorporate some other additional elements like the Darkrai stuff, the Cresselia stuff, all that stuff. I definitely see them finding a way to incorporate in a bigger way in these games so they don't have to rely on events and things of that nature. But the things like the ball capsule don't excite me as much, because they did confirm afterwards that ranked battles are not going to be a part of this game. So my video the other day where I talked about this being the new VGC game, the new mainline game, is not accurate. It's not accurate. I predicted wrong, which means that Sword and Shield is going to remain our VGC game, and I will have a separate video going into detail talking about that, because I don't want to get into that here. But that means things like the ball capsules and stuff that would be really fun in the VGC stuff, you know, to throw your Pokemon out and see it pop out of the capsule. It's not as cool to me as someone who plays a lot of VGC. It's not something I really care about that much, but I am really looking forward to the fact that this game is connected to Pokemon Home in 2022, as well as Pokemon Legends Arceus, which I will get into that more later. But this game does have Pokemon Home connectivity off the bat, which is super fun, because that means I can move these Pokemon into Pokemon Home and maybe potentially at a later date move them into Sword and Shield. So that is very exciting to me. I'm really looking forward to these remakes. Now that I've seen more gameplay, I am slightly bummed that they are not available for, you know, VGC and that kind of stuff, but I am still very much looking forward to these particular Pokemon games. They are going to be a lot of fun. In addition, they did announce that they are releasing an exclusive Nintendo Switch Lite with Palkia and Dialga on it, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It looks really clean. If I didn't already have a Switch Lite, I would be tempted to pick this model up. I believe it is reminiscent of what the Nintendo 3DS, well, not the 3DS, and the Nintendo DS Lite looked like when the original Diamond and Pearl came out. I think there was a special edition. It was in the background of this particular video that there was a Palkia and Dialga version of that as well. And I think this Switch Lite just, you know, kind of replicates that and brings it forward. And I think that's a really cool thing to do. Moving on to Legends Arceus, let me tell you about this, okay? I'm excited for this game. I am very excited, but the trailer still, it was okay. I'm sure a lot of people are going to discredit that and be like, oh, this was insane, it was mind-blowing. It looks good. It looks good. I don't know what to expect, though, from it, because they gave a lot of mixed signals with this particular game. It's not a traditional Pokemon game. It honestly reminds me a lot of Monster Hunter in the way that it looks like it's going to play. It seems that we will have a hub central area, and we will be going around the Hinseu. I don't know how they pronounce it. The Hinshu. Hinshu sounds right. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. I don't care. I think they were calling it the Hinshu region, and this is just ancient Sinnoh region. And you will be going around to the different areas, and you will be surveying Pokemon and doing research expeditions in order to, you know, create the first Pokedex. And to me, I don't know about you guys, that sounds a lot like Monster Hunter, where you take a quest, you go to the different area. In this game, you're obviously not going to be killing Pokemon, but you slay the monster, and then you'd go back, you know, be able to craft new parts and have a base camp and all that kind of stuff. They showed a lot of that here in this Legends Arceus trailer, and I think that's it. We're getting a Monster Hunter style Pokemon game. The Pokemon can attack you in the wild area, and if you throw out your Pokemon next to them, you will then do a battle, and it's kind of combining real time with RPG elements, and I think it could be really cool. I think it looks like a lot of fun. They did show off that this particular region does have different variants of Pokemon. Certain Pokemon like Basculin and Stantler can actually evolve, and I think this is kind of a cool feature. I don't know how they are going to incorporate these particular evolutions into future Pokemon games. I'll be very curious to see, because apparently they evolve based on the certain conditions of this particular region. So I'll be very curious to see if we ever see these Pokemon in a more mainline game where they affect, you know, the VGC and stuff like that. But it is very cool nonetheless to see new variants based on this particular region or version of the Sinnoh region. I think it's very cool. The Stantler looks really cool. Basculin looks cool. There are a couple of other regional variants, and I'm sure we'll see more the more information that comes out about this particular game. Like Growlithe has one, as well as Braviary. And I think all of that is super cool, and I think that was pretty much expected. I think a lot of people had the thought that we were going to get this kind of stuff for this game, and it doesn't shock me at all. I will say that the graphics look phenomenally better than they did in the original trailer. However, I don't know how well this game is going to run. It's just some of the things they showed off, they seem to be running all right, but you never know until you actually have the game, you know? And they show us riding these Pokemon around and doing things of that nature, and I'm just very skeptical at this time how this game is going to actually perform on the Nintendo Switch. I want this game to be awesome. I want to play the crap out of it. I want to make videos talking about it. I just don't know how well it's actually going to perform. But regardless of that, I have it pre-ordered already. I had it pre-ordered after they announced it, and I'm very much looking forward to it. It looks like a ton of fun. The big thing with Legends Arceus, like I mentioned earlier, is it does have home connectivity. Now, I am very curious as to the lengths it goes for home connectivity. I'm sure the specific regional variants will be able to be transferred into home. I don't know if we'll ever see them in a mainline game or how they will go about incorporating those Pokemon into the mainline game, because this particular region, it seems to be ancient Sinnoh. So I don't know why these variants aren't in current Sinnoh. So I'm very curious as to how these particular Pokemon are going to be brought into the, you know, the normal Pokemon games, you know, the ones that have a VGC format and things of that nature in a competitive scene, the ones that they really support in their competitions. I'm really curious as to how these Pokemon are going to get moved into those particular games, and they may not ever, and that's perfectly fine. I think the addition of the home connectivity is very cool because it will have that whole Pokedex feel, that whole collection feel. All your Pokemon can be in one place, and I do really like that aspect. I like that this is going to be able to be a thing. I like the connectivity. I'm very curious as to what happens to it. I know a lot of people are speculating that, you know, we're going to get another Sword and Shield DLC, and that the Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl Pokemon were going to be able to be added to Pokemon Sword and Shield. I don't think the Legends Arceus stuff is. I don't think the Stantler evolution will. I don't think that kind of stuff is going to come to Sword and Shield. I think if those Pokemon make their way into a new mainline game, I think it's going to be a Gen 9. I don't think it's going to be the current generation. I think Gen 9 is when we'll start seeing a lot of the Legends Pokemon make their way into the mainline games. That's just my theory, but I will have a separate video, like I said earlier, talking about all that. But that is all that they showed off in the Pokemon Presents. It was a very good presentation. I'm very much looking forward to both of these games. Let me know in the comments below what your guys' thoughts are, because it is just a lot to dissect. There was so much stuff, and like I said, I'm gonna have tons more videos talking about this because there was just a lot of freaking information. But that is it from me. If you found the video entertaining and helpful, make sure you leave a like and smash that subscribe button for more videos like this in the future. Be sure to check out Discord with people over there playing Pokemon all the time. Check me out over on Twitch, TikTok, enter the chat, all that fun stuff. If you're interested in keeping up with me, this channel, the stream, the podcast, anything like that. Like I said, that's it for this one. I hope to see you all in the next video. Peace.